Hello guys, welcome to AR Tutorials. Today is day 16 of solving lead code questions daily. Friends, as we are going forward, we are completing our array series of the easy types of question. Soon we are going to start with the medium and then we'll move towards the higher level questions. Easy level questions consist of very simple and basic logic, but I would recommend you to all follow that playlist which I have made. From last 5 days I have posted the easy types of question. So when we are going forward, we'll just need the prior knowledge which we have discussed in the class. Just taking a small revision or making it revise you will give you a very fruitful and beneficial gift. So let's see what problem is there today. Today we are going to solve a medium level question in terms of logic and the interviewer's most favorite, the union of two sorted arrays. There is one common thing seen in the every interviews, that union of two sorted arrays are mostly common question, but the interviewer always starts from the brute. He tells you to start from the brute, and he sees that how much your mental capability or mental capacity is increasing, that from brute to the optimalistic approach you are giving the apt answers, and with the time complexity, space complexity, you are just doing what he wants, and you can give him the most apt answer also, but he will surely get to know that if you know only optimal, that's why you have just mugged up that optimal approach and came. He seems that you have not you don't have any knowledge of any better approach or a best approach. So let's start with this. So what we have we have given two sorted arrays. Now union means what? Union means we have to merge this arrays in one. So merging does not mean that you have to just pick up the element and append it and just sort it. No. The basic idea of the union is that you have to merge the common things in between, but without any repetition of any element. If the element repeats also, just it occurrence should be 1 in the resultant array. So let me show you what it is. So this is the array 1 and this is the array 2. Now you can see array 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But array 2 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7 are new. But then what will be our output array? It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from array 1 and 6, 7 from array 2. Now you could know that array 2 has 1, 2, 3. So we haven't right here, we haven't written here 1, 2, 3. Just we have written here which elements are not present in the array 1. So this simple logic belongs to that. So we have to just solve it. I hope you have seen my merge sort video. I please recommend you to watch the merge sort video. Instead, first we will discuss the better approach. The brute you can study from anywhere. Just brute what will be there, just take ij loop, ith and j loop, and start from this element and iterate from this. Uh, if it is there, just insert it into the array. If not, just traverse them, then move towards next into n square time complexity. You will get that elements which are there uniquely identified, and if it is not sorted, then you can sort. So what will be the time complexity? If you are just implementing sorting logic in the code itself, then it would be only n square. If you are sorting it hypothetically, then it would be n square log n. So it is one of the most deadliest or most worstful complexity. So we have to just ignore the brute. Now starting from the better approach, I have told you what it is: a set. Now set is the collection of data types which occurs only once in the arrays or once in the set. Now similar logic is there. We have to only take the unique elements. So we have similar logic as set. So what we'll do, we'll just take this array and put it in the set. We'll just take this array and put it in the set. We'll already automatically get the resultant array. So it is. So I have written here this is a better approach. So we'll see. I have told I have created a resultant array and I have a set. So what I have done, I'll just iterate from the first array. I have inserted. I have from the second array. I have iterated. I have inserted it. Now this is just a for each loop. This is called as a for each loop. Just nothing very fancy. Just a type of a array or a loop, just looping factor, which is mainly used for the different data types such as maps, hash maps or dictionaries, because it just iterates flawlessly without any condition or something. Just it starts from the each and every element and goes till the end. This is the basic element. And why I have used auto? Auto is the data type only which is basically present in the STL or higher level languages, which automatically adapts the whatever the outcome is there, it automatically adapts, and data type is all automatically set. So here we have done just pushback and we have returned the result. Why we have pushback? We have to return a vector and we have answer in a set. So whatever the array elements are there in the set, we are just returning it. So this simple logic is of array using the set, but the log n complexity is more as compared to this. We are using 2 log n because we are inserting 2 times and the loops are there, insertions also there, so n log n would be the complexity. So simply we have what we have to do, we are not allowed to use the n square, we are not allowed to use the n log n complexity also. Then what is left? We are left with only one choice, that either we have to complete it in the one pass. Very simple logic it is. I'll please recommend you to please go and see merge sort. Merge sort logic I have used here. First we have to just iterate from I and we are just comparing that if my ith index is less than n or jth index is less than mm or not. See this, what we have inserting now. First we have to compare that element of I should be what, less than j, because if it is greater then else part would be there, which is just we have to put in the sorted order now. So if the second element is greater, first we'll put that. If first is greater, we'll put that. So this is just we are checking that which element is greater. What we have to do, union of array size is equal to 0. If the size is 0, there is nothing in that array, just put whatever element is there. Simple logic now. Or we have given, or what, union of array back gives the last element. If last element is not equal to the I, why last element? Because if I have inserted 5 and my next element is also 5, I don't have to insert any repeated number. So I am checking this. If it becomes true, it just goes with I plus plus. If it is not true, that means they are both unique. I'll then add and then I plus plus. Similar logic would be followed to the this part also, else part also. Now I'll just erase it quickly. Now similar part for the else part also, I'll not just explain it line by line because it would be very hectic for you. Then why the loop is there? So for example, I have only 3 elements here. Now 4 5, just imagine that 4 5 is not there, and what we have to do, it will do what it will be, for one will be compared with this, one will be compared with this. Then what about the remaining 2 elements? It's not the fault of array 2 that it has a greater elements. It just no one's fault, just it is the condition. So we have to just handle it. If I is less than n, there are some elements in I, but there are no elements in j, then what we have to do? Then we have to go for this condition. Then whatever there is in the array, just put it, because we have sorted arrays, we don't have to sort it again and again. Similarly for the jth also, and we have to return the union array. So easy question, and all interview is in your hand. If you know this question, you will definitely get selected at a better position if you tell everything in a synchronized way. So let's compile our answer. It would be 100% in running only because I have solved it by my own, and then we'll submit it. Okay, so this question is also very important. I personally feel that you should write and learn this question because everything is very important. Start from optimal, then brute, then start from the brute itself, then go for the better, and then go for the optimal. Will surely give you the bestest result. So thank you guys for watching this video, and please do like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm very new to this channel, and without your support this channel wouldn't be able to grow. So please share this with your friends who are there in the engineering or who are there who want to learn DSA. I am teaching DSA every day, so every day you can watch my video, solve the question and get your revision done. If you solve with me 2 questions daily, you would be very great in DSA, and whatever I told you, please write it down on a paper and solve the questions. So this would be very beneficial for you. So thank you guys for watching my video. See you next.